clear. Monks, gotta, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up. Need that, get that, back up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, rack up, back up, back up. Bro wants to ice on his wrist, bro wants to turn to a freezer. There's no doubt with your girl, I was with her, went to meet her. Back up, back up, backs, back up, backs, back up, ayy. Need that, get that, rack up, rack up. Look at the flare, look over there. That is a man, it's me and my guys. You can't compare. Name me a time you ain't ran up a check. That's very rare.
Never see nobody use Siri, but everybody who got Alexa, Alexa's a down ass bitch. Like, she holds it down. She really makes me want to get one.
The fact that you said, like, you talking about this machine like it's a person.
Hey man, we're
like,
in there.
Are you recording?
Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I was gonna say, damn, I was about to make a point.
Alexa is a bad bitch. Shout out to her.
I was about to say,
Siri.
now we subletting into when people gonna start dating like machines. Like, I literally read this article that said this guy was like, he was upset. He was like, so y'all can agree with LGBTQ people getting married, but why can't I marry my computer?
Why are we always the comparison?
What? Why we always gotta be in the? Why people always trying to join? Pedophiles trying to join. People that want to marry laptops trying to join.
I mean, if you want to get to the point that love is love, cool. Yes, that is correct. But don't try to like.
You can't love no computer. Not to. Not to the point of romanticism.
Yeah, you can. I think it's getting there, but I'm not going to judge you. That's not, like, if you want to love this machine, cool. People love their car to the point that it just gives them.
How you have sex with a camera? I mean, with a
you
laptop.
can have stuff with you can have sex with yourself and think about that laptop.
That's I'm not judging nobody. If you want to do that, then look, I'm just leave it political.
I mean, I like flesh to flesh, but you know, that's just my preference, you know.
I like flesh to flesh.
You know, I'm into that type of stuff, and I'm
I
like
just
when
keep
people
on
consent.
losing you.
Where the hell you going? Hey,
It's on me on the mic.
Yo,
Yeah.
I keep on losing
It's after 2 a.m. Yeah.
Hey, I can keep on losing you.
we got Michelle URL on the bass.
Yeah.
I can keep on losing. Yeah, got Shamel on the mic.
Yeah.
You already know who I am. It's Ami.
Yeah.
And we are after 2 a.m.
Yeah, we started a whole group.
Like, people gonna be like, when y'all album coming out, fam?
Oh, we
We
got
were just
ours.
playing.
Hey,
For it.
hey,
Wait,
on the way.
wait for it. Look, you never know what avenues we can go into.
Hey, man,
Like,
it's
I'm
gonna
trying to be this
like-
serial entrepreneur for real. Like, I'm talking about real estate, bonds, and stock. I'm talking about
type shit.
like,
But here's my question on that, because so I know some people and some entrepreneurs that like focus on one thing. Focus on one thing and stay with that one thing. But I've also heard entrepreneurs say, you know, have a wide variety of skills and skill sets and different, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm someone, I like to multitask.
Me
I
too.
like to do a lot of different things at one time.
I'll get bored if I focus on one thing. In
Yeah.
a sense, like
Yeah.
I need to. It feeds me to be like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do this because my mind can operate like that. But everybody cannot multitask.
Everybody don't have that
Yeah.
talent, I think, to have
Multitask.
multiple. Yeah, because like it's a lot of people that like, you know, that are good at multiple things. Like it might be a rapper who can transition into being an actor, and you're like, I forgot,
True.
like Will Smith, for instance. Like,
Yeah.
rap wasn't just like the greatest thing. He started there, but he
Yeah.
like
Mhm. He
snowballed
elevated
into
into-
and then he
Yeah,
really started
acting
to
and-
explore acting, and then like, you know, he's
But I
one
think
of
that's
the
what
greatest
life
actors.
is about too. Is about elevation. So it's like you can start off here, but you can start off with one idea for your company, but then you like, dang, I like IT, or I like entertainment, or I like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think it's nothing wrong. Yeah, diversification.
It's like
is-
having a job and a side hustle. You know
True,
what I'm saying?
that's
Like,
very true though.
It's like we're not born. I think that everybody. I mean, especially I think kind of school sparks that too, because you know you may not be into history, and then you go to your history class, and then you know you like your teacher, and she introduces you to things. Now you're a historian. You know, you might have been like,
Yeah.
you might have been a scientist. Like you might have been a person that was into science and shit. And now
Yeah.
you're like, you like that a little bit. That's not your forte, but like that's something you explore and dibble and dabble with or whatever. Like, for creatives especially, like I have a lot of friends that are creatives, and they like might be like a paint, like they may paint That may be their thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then they like start to step into like drawing.
But I
Yeah.
feel like art is a different thing because I feel
Mhm.
like as a filmmaker, painting can help inform my practice, right? It's
Mhm.
composition. I feel like,
Mm.
you know, graphic design will help inform filmmaking. So I feel like art is a thing where even as a musician, you know, or, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
designing clothes, that all art, whether it's painting, sculpture, this, that, and the other, can help inform your focus, your practice.
I totally agree with that.
Okay. I mean, I think it's all cohesive
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to art. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I
feel
totally
like
agree with
art
that.
is a different thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I would expect that a painter probably goes out and takes photos. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
Composition.
Right, it
You
makes
know what I'm
sense.
saying?
For
Like,
sure.
everything I feel like kind of meshes in
Yeah,
one
I can
thing.
agree with that.
Yeah, because like most producers, like every producer I know DJs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can see
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Because I mean, it just helps your ear with music, you know,
Mhm.
crate digging, you know, samples and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think
Uh-huh.
I agree with what you're saying.
I think it
It's-
builds your intellect. Like
Mhm.
I was literally listening to, I need to do a study on it because I'm very interested. But it's like even musically, it's like when we do certain arts or when we listen to certain music, what is your brain looking like when it listens to classical music or when it listens to instrumental beats?
Yeah.
You know, like music like that. Like what is your brain doing? And your brain is probably obviously expanding. If you're a musician and you expand into graphic design, it's another expansion in
No,
your
it
artistry.
is,
You know what I'm
'cause
saying? Like
when I'm listening to classical music, I'm like thinking of scenes. Like it
Yeah.
kind of gets me in my screen.
screenwriting.
Yeah, it kind
Okay.
of makes me want to go write a script when I'm listening to like some classical music or some instrumentals. Like
Oh.
I can envision a whole scene. Like when
Mm.
when somebody's like got lyrics to it, then like you painting the picture for me.
Yeah,
But when
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
canvas is blank,
Yeah.
you know, you just giving me some colors, then I can like pick my own picture.
I wish I could draw.
You can.
Yeah, if I do
According
like
to what standard?
right,
I guess
according to
that's-
I mean, I can do like 1,000 hours of practice and get
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You know,
But
we
that's not a
actually talked
natural
about that.
talent.
We
Yeah.
we talked about that the other day. Something similar where you said 21 Savage was trash, and I was like, art is more
Art is art.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like Basquiat, I'm sure people who were used to like you said, I can't draw.
Yeah.
You know, people who can actually like you get the details. It's like really.
But if you study Basquiat's paintings for real, he actually very much had specific like detail
Oh yeah, of course.
in everything he did.
And that's the thing,
you know?
like as an artist or just somebody who pays attention to like details, you see like, okay, well, this might look like scribbles to someone, but then people who know is like, oh my God. Like there's so much
True.
here.
Go ahead, fam.
No, I get that, and we were kind of. I think we had a off-camera conversation on this, but I think there is a thing as bullshit art.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause-
Yeah, I
and
agree.
And I think that because I've created bullshit art
Mhm.
before. You know what I'm saying? So I think in order to call something art is a privilege. I think it's not something to just throw around.
Mhm.
But that's my take. I know people who think everything is art, you know,
Yeah.
and who are you to call something not art?
You mean
know,
Chanel.
Yeah, I was about to say. Me.
I'm like, Chanel?
But I don't.
I was like you, bro.
Like, I mean, I agree though because to me, art represents intellect. So it's like when I look at art, I would hope and expect that my mindset can be have a growth spurt in that moment because maybe I'm not recognizing this art. But I have listened to someone, for example, like 21 Savage, and I'm just like, he doesn't expand my mind. To me, he dumbs it down, and that's why I don't really
Yeah.
consider it positive art. I'm not gonna say maybe I'll change
I
my
see what you're saying.
terminology.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Maybe I'll change my terminology, but I don't see it as positive art. I see
Yeah.
it as just it's just there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and I think it's more about innovation for me. Like we were talking about Apple, you know,
Yeah.
like I just feel like at the end of the day, that's his lane, and so it's like, you know, I feel like he's kind of innovating his lane a little bit.
Mm.
You know, it's like if we didn't have like. Rap is growing and it's going to continue to be here because people are innovating it. Like the older cats are like, mumble rap is trash. But like you got people like Yachty on Sprite commercials and Target
Yeah.
commercials. Like that's expanding rap beyond like you
But
know
I
what
don't
I'm
even-
saying.
but I don't even call it rap.
That's
but
what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying. We talked about this before. I don't think we ever released that footage, but we talked about this where I personally don't think mumble rap is hip hop or rap. I think it's
Its own
mumble
genre.
rap.
Right.
Like it's mumble rap. Like don't associate it with the
Rap.
Jay-Z's or
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like
Kanye.
This is the
but-
thing. It'll never. I won't say it won't ever, but for me, it's never gonna be on my top 10 list of best albums of all time.
Who is 21 Savage? you
Or
mean,
like
artists
mumble
him?
rappers. You know,
I
like,
mean, I feel like it's a generational thing, right? Apparently,
I feel
you know,
like it's a trend.
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's a trend, which is
I
to
mean,
me,
but
it's just
Young
a-
Thug,
But well, go ahead.
Young
Go
Thug is
ahead.
legend. I think his music is classic. I do. I think that
Yeah.
Young Thug is considered a mumble rapper, but like what
He
he's
is.
done for music, in
What,
fashion.
what has he done for music, and what has he done for fashion?
I mean, like as
Like,
far as
on that
being a
level.
black man and wearing a dress and just
Guess what?
kind of.
Kanye West
that's
wore
not
a
anything
skirt
new.
already.
He
so-
wore
Yeah.
kilt. He wore
Like,
kilt.
It's
But
a
it's
skirt.
not anything
I know, it's
new,
fine. It's a kilt.
though.
It's a kilt.
I
You
think.
know what I mean?
Is
It
it-
really
I mean, what
isn't.
other
Young
rapper
Thug-
wore
okay, but
a dress?
but the Young Thugs, the what's that dude name with the red hair?
Takashi?
No, well,
Red.
those type of artists.
Oh, you talking about
Trippie
Yachty?
Red.
Oh,
Yeah,
Trippie Red. Trippie
yeah,
Red.
but I'm just saying those type of artists to me are not
Mm.
positively moving rap into this
No, I
whole
agree.
extraordinary type of culture. Like to me, they have their own culture, and to me, it's dumbed down.
Oh, let's just give Soulja Boy his flowers because it's really
He
Soulja Boy.
started it.
He's the
He started this.
He
You know
is the
what?
mumble, he is the
Like,
mumble
I don't know.
rapper.
Let me take a drink to that.
But you know what I'm saying? As much as like his music was more so for me when I was growing up, that was my rap music. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Being a young child, like Crank That was popping. He was really
He was popping.
he started like the internet rappers. You know, like I remember going to YouTube and trying to figure out how to do the Crank That. Like I remember like
Yeah,
him
he
being on
started that in a
YouTube
sense.
heavy. You know, he was like on social media, like MySpace. He was really like the internet rapper. He's really the clout rapper. You know,
Yeah,
and
I
like
can see that.
he birthed this
He birthed
generation.
the whole
feel that.
generation.
I
So
feel
you
that.
know,
Yeah,
I
I can feel
can't
that.
I can't shit on Soulja Boy because he did create a genre. He
That don't mean
created-
that genre is like nobody's pissing on him, but it's like it's still not a necessary. Like to me, it's still. It's not intellectual rap. Like for me, for instance, like you were saying at that time, and trust me, I know what you're saying. I was around that time where we were doing the Crank That and Soulja
Yeah.
Boy. But for me, I was listening to Kanye West, a radio, and it all falls down.
Yeah, I listen to
like I
Kanye
was
every
listening
day.
to that stuff. So
Yeah.
that to me was music and Twister, but you know, like his stuff.
Because-
that to me was music.
And yeah, and I get that, and I agree with that because it takes more brain power to create a song like that than to create a mumble rap song. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah,
I can. All I need is a
Like-
fucking beat and you know,
A strong
Right, that's
808.
it. A strong 808 and a nice chorus. You don't even have to know what my lyrics are. You can just know my chorus and you bang in your head.
It doesn't take much artistry, in my opinion. I'm not
I
saying,
agree. I agree with
yeah,
that.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying you don't have to have
Something,
Yeah, you
yeah.
have to have something
Yeah,
to
for
be
sure.
able to
For
get in
sure.
front of a mic and perform and record a hot record.
and have longevity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, look at the Migos. Did we really think that we're gonna get this far?
But they changed the game. I
That's
feel
what
like
I'm
they
saying.
changed the game.
Yeah.
They're
They
mumble
created
rappers.
But I feel
I don't feel like they're mumble.
I don't
though.
feel like they're mumble. I feel like they created a new tempo with rap, right? Like, what was that song? It was like one of the first ones that
Versace?
came. Yeah, but you know how their cadence.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Versace?
Versace.
Versace was
Right, it's
not
like-
even-
Yeah.
Right.
So
You
that-
know what I'm saying? Like, they
that
created that sound.
Like it's kind of
Yeah.
like, you know, like it's like
Yeah.
something different versus
That's what I'm saying. Like Jay-Z might listen to that and be like, "This is basic as fuck." You know what I'm saying? Like I have
To a degree, it
cadence.
is.
I have lyric. I have like conscious. Like I'm making a whole story for you. This is a movie, and then you
Yeah.
got the Migos who got some ad libs and got a nice cadence. What I'm saying is, art is like cadence. If that's all you bring to the table, that may be like one thing, and then you got Jay-Z over here or Kanye who's got the whole thing, but like that cadence is still like Juicy J and 3 6 Mafia are one of my favorite. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like Lil Chat, like that's one of my
Yeah.
favorite like things. Like, and that ho, like that is
Yeah, ho.
legendary.
Yeah. And, go ahead.
No, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, and I'm saying I'm not downplaying any sort of that music. There's a time and a place when you just want to
Right.
throw on some
Some of that
Migos,
type of
you
booty,
know what I'm saying?
booty moving
But,
music. Yeah.
But I do think it does take a particular mindset or just a particular a bit more. I don't think talent is the right word, but it's a total difference when you create a conscious song and it has all these elements, the beat,
That's
you got
art.
background vocal. You know what I'm saying? That takes
That's
a
art.
lot
I
more.
love that. I appreciate that more. I'll
Yeah.
say
I
that for
appreciate
sure.
that more,
I
yeah.
appreciate that more because I'm a person that just really loves art, and I love it when an artist just goes all
It's
the way out.
it's like very consciously.
To me, a good example would be Kendrick Lamar. I feel like even the little sound,
Yeah.
like even that small voice. I'm just saying, no,
his voice
but he
as an
uses his
instrument.
voice,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he uses his voice. He even harmonizes sometimes. Like that to me is
From his
artist.
interludes
To
to
me,
his
that means you take time. To me, you care about your art versus
Yeah.
going into let me just hit record, bro.
But see, I'm not saying that they do that. I'm not saying that they don't care. It's like this is the
No,
thing.
I'm not saying they don't.
What I'm
either.
saying is like I know my lane, you know. So if I'm 21 Savage, I'm not gonna try to be like Kendrick Lamar because that may not like. We know that you don't have that, but I appreciate what you're doing with what you got.
I just don't. I think for me, I kind of don't agree with these. Like, I'm just saying in general, and this could be not just hip hop; it could be any type of genre. But I don't really agree with negative. Like when I say negative music, I'm saying music that's not positive in the sense that builds your intellect. I don't agree with that being marketed. But what we find in hip hop is that the less intellect music is being marketed and populated, and they have money from white people that puts it behind them.
Well, I
to
wouldn't
where it
say
can-
that it's not intellect because we didn't experience that. It may not be intellectual
we
because
experience what?
like what they're saying, like what 21 Savage talks about. I've never in my life had to walk around with a Draco. Like I've never in my life had
Man,
to
I don't
sell
think it had nothing to do with
drugs to survive.
Yeah, and I recognize that, right? I recognize as an artist, you're most likely going to create something that reflects the experiences that
through.
you've had.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get that, but I feel like, yeah, I grew up, you know, in the streets, gun on my hip, right? But can we add a little bit? Okay, but now
I'm doing
making,
this.
you know what I'm saying? I turn that into a business, and now I'm, you know
And
what I'm
that's
saying? Like,
when
how
you hear
can we
that,
bring
and that's
that
when you hear the
message in?
money, cars, clothes, and hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the thing. We are talking about men that probably don't have a lot of education. Probably, I mean, like everybody's not Jay-Z, and Jay-Z came from a different era.
But Jay-Z
If he
also came from the streets too.
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, so did
And he
Biggie. But what I'm
evolved.
saying, this is his era. So, like, when he was a rapper, you had Nas, you had Biggie, you had Tupac. You had people that were rapping and doing it on a different level. The Migos come out, and they're in this is totally different. You got Gucci, you got Future, you got 2 Chainz, you got dudes who are a little bit different in how they make music. It's
Yeah.
not the same formula, you know? So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, if you look at Kendrick, if you look at Kanye, like, no, Kendrick didn't grow up, you know, like rich, but he
Yeah.
did. He had both of his parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was the good kid. And
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, in the
good
Mad
kid.
City,
Yeah,
good
Mad
kid,
City.
man. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye's
Yeah.
mom was a professor, his dad had his
Yeah.
own business. So like you're expecting like you from Kanye, I can't imagine him talking about shit that's not relevant. You know, I appreciated Kanye because he was innovative in you don't have to be a gangster or have to have been in the
Yeah.
streets to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I grew up wearing loafers and polos.
Yeah.
And I could
Yeah.
identify with that because that's what I dealt with. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Niggas was making fun of me. And it's like I can fit in this community of
Yeah.
culture and still have on a polo but at the same time, like Boosie and 21 Savage, all those guys are relevant because there are a lot of people that are in the street.
Yeah, but
And feel that.
But if they can, but it's kind of like you're saying that Jay-Z and Kanye and them can't since they. To me, it's all about growth. So it's like, okay, you start to be an artist and you're making this type of music. So it's like, okay, to me, it's like, when are you you came from the streets, but when are you gonna switch into more intellect?
Well, think about this. My audience is fucking with me because I'm speaking to them. I'm talking about their story.
But then it's your
My story is their story.
But it's a
But I'm
responsibility to be a
responsible-
celebrity, fam. Like,
No,
once you
but-
got that influence, to me, you need to start using it for
I don't
positive
care about what
ways.
people want me to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do as an artist.
Okay, well,
as
just
an
be
artist,
a
I'm
dumbed
never
down
gon-
artist then.
No. Lauryn Hill said in her Unplugged, if you let people dictate what you do, you lose a piece of yourself.
Fam, but we all know good. Do we not know good and bad? Do we not know wrong from right?
Everybody has different ideas of what morally is right and wrong to them.
I'm not supporting a rapper continuously talking about women, drugs, and money all the time. That does not intellectually. That's not good for anybody. If you really think about it, you really think on a.
I'm not changing their mind though. It's
not about changing their mind. It's more so like, bro, you have to okay, I understand you came from this point, but when are you gonna grow? Because as an artist, let's be fair, you should grow as an artist. If you don't grow as an artist, then what the freak are you an artist for?
I mean, but at the same time, I could grow by changing up my sound. Maybe I'm talking about the same thing, but I'm using a different producer. Maybe I changed up my cadence.
And that's intellectual.
No, I'm not trying to be intellectual because the people that don't listen to Boosie are not going to listen to Boosie. It doesn't matter if he starts talking about intellectual shit. I'm never going to listen to him.
But
the
even
people,
Boosie
his
is
audience,
better than this generation of rappers. Like,
have you listened to his music? It's about the same.
Well, I'm talking about old Boosie. My bad. I was kind of going back to. I guess I'm old.
I mean, exciting. Let's talk about some Boosie songs. Set it off in this motherfucker. Set it off.
Purple.
My click, all dog smoking on a Doja. Like, come on now. This is intellectual
mind.
rap, bro. It's stuff that you can feel, but it's not like I don't look to him to be super progressive and say. I look to him to listen to shit like Wipe Me Down. You know what I'm saying? I like Wipe Me Down. I like Back That Ass Up. I like songs like that. And those are relevant too.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it goes back to there's a time and a place, and there are certain artists who are meant to, or I don't know if meant to be is the right word, but who are just in that genre, right? It would be kind of weird if Migos started coming out with, you know, a super conscious music or whatever. It would be a shift.
Yeah.
And I think we always expect them to just come out with a club banger.
Yeah.
And if that's how you want to be known as an artist, then that's just what it is.
I mean, that's your
you know?
decision. I'm not disagreeing with that.
I'm
but
the
that don't
king
mean I
of
gotta
the
buy your
clubs.
goddamn music.
And that's the thing. The people that want to hear that, they're going to buy their music. I'm not trying to be everybody's audience. And that's really what it is as a creative. Like I saw something where it's like, it's okay for everybody not to fuck with your shit. Because everybody's not going to fuck with your shit.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Your audience that fucks with you is going to fuck with you. At the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter. Like, they're going to let you grow and they're going to let you make what you make. They're going to fuck with you. But the people that don't, like, you can't worry about, oh, I want to gravitate to this audience. People who want to listen to you are going to listen to you. Or wear your shit or whatever.
All right. I'm going to shift gears.
Yeah.
Okay, before we keep going.
Yeah.
all right.
Because we could keep going on to this, but shout out to everyone who is following us on Instagram. We really appreciate that. Some of y'all have been DMing us and even sending in questions.
Which is good. Please continue to do so. You know?
So we do have a question that someone submitted, and if you have a question, just DM us. And if you want it to be anonymous, we will not say your name.
Let us know.
Yeah,
We can give you a name. We're going to give you a name.
We'll give you a name.
So this question is from Anonymous. Okay.
We're going to call them Ozarka Water.
Okay. Okay, so Ozark. Can we find a simpler word to say?
Okay.
Ozark Water.
Ozark Water. Yeah, there it is.
As y'all think it's wrong to go out when your girl is sick?
Who want to start? Go ahead, Shamel. Like Shamel looking at me like. I mean, go ahead and put yourself in them shoes, fam.
Go ahead, you got that, Shamel.
Y'all some hoes.
Let's take a sip of
I
this.
think it depends on how sick. And what am I going out for? Like, am I just going? Is this something I planned in advance? Did I buy my ticket? It just depends on the circumstances.
That definitely depends.
You know, like if you just got a little flu and I got, you know,
a little flu.
Wow.
Last time I checked, a flu is death threat.
So we a cold.
A
You know, all right, I underestimated.
Let's go. Okay.
If you have pneumonia, I'm probably not going nowhere. Hey, yo, wow, yeah.
What?
You gotta turn off the Bluetooth.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he had his Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Connected. Okay.
Look, we got people trying to spy on us, playing songs in the middle of the session. Like,
yeah, I'm on the same wave as you, Shamel. I think it depends. Like, if you just have a little bit of allergies, and like you said, this is something I had previously set up, and you know, it's something I really need to go to, chances are I'm probably gonna go. If you're cool with it, I'm gonna be like, hey, do you need me here? Like, if you need me here for support, if you know what I'm saying, we gotta do Netflix, whatever, for you to get through this, okay. You know what I'm saying? But
Females can be dramatic. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I feel like my person would trip. Like,
really?
Shout out to your
bit.
person.
I feel like a little bit. I'd be like, but I do understand. I do agree with you all because it's like, okay, if I already had this planned, if it's only a cold and it's something that you taking, it's not a flu, it's not something more life threatening, death, like that. Okay, fine, I'm gonna stay there. But
Yeah, if you're in a hospital, I don't know if that's
I'm not hitting that hoe. But,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. It's like, I mean, there's nothing I can do, but
if you
at
have
the
a
same
cold,
time,
if you have a headache, I'm gonna make sure.
Crazy.
I'm gonna make sure you fed. I'm gonna make sure you have water by the bed. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure you have your
Yeah,
medicine.
yeah.
But then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna kiss on you. I'm like, hey, babe, I'll be back later.
Yeah.
Call
coming
me.
back.
You know,
Yeah, if
my
you need
phone
something,
on my
I'm-
hip. Yeah.
hey, call me, beat me.
I don't
You know
think.
what I'm
I don't know. It sound like somebody person start tripping. Whoever asked that was like, should I
Yeah.
consider not going to this event? How much this event costs? Like, because if I'm going to Coachella and you happen to get sick and I already bought tickets,
I'm going to Coachella.
I'm
Yeah.
going to Coachella.
My bad.
I'll tell my mama to come take care of you for a minute.
I'll make arrangements.
I'll make
Have a
arrangements.
secure, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The soup is gonna come at this time. So just make sure
Exactly.
you answer the door.
Uber Eats around the clock. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You need some money? I got you.
You know,
I'll
like,
send you some money. You can cash app. You can get delivery.
if you need to, and that's another thing, man. If you need something, I got my card on file. You know what I'm saying? I'll get you the Uber
Right.
if you want to go to the hospital. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, yeah.
It just it just depends. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It got to be like a really, really
detrimental.
Yeah.
for me
Thing
to
to just-
not go and feel like, and if I do go, feel bad about it. Like, again, if it's something that I plan in advance, if it's something I already paid for,
Yeah.
if it's a friend's birthday or something like that, some things you just can't get out of.
I mean, but it's like I don't know. I guess the thing with even relationships is like, how far do you have to go?
And it's
You know,
like,
and I know
damn,
that's
if
a
I've
broad
been taking
question.
care of you for a
Right.
whole week. Like, shit, I can have a day off.
Like, right, but it's a broad question. It's like, how far do I have to go in a relationship? Like, that's why I was scared before to get in one. It's like, I got to commit to doing all these things once I say we're official.
See, that's what I don't like.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like,
bang, bang.
like, right, bang, bang, bang. Shots fired, goddamn. But to me, it kind of makes, that's what made me scared in the past. I'm just like, I got to commit to all these things once I put the title on it. It's like,
I'm not doing nothing I don't want to.
And
I
I don't-
even if you're in a
yeah.
relationship,
Yeah.
I feel like I become like obligated to do certain
And
stuff.
that's why, that's my
Look, look,
point.
look.
Here comes
That's
Jamel.
why.
And
Look.
that's why.
She started preaching. And that's why. Like, it's real when she look at you and she's like, that's why.
No, I was
You
talking
know?
about this with my person. Like,
Just
she
call
was
me
like, I don't want you to do anything that you don't want to do. Like, I'm not going to tell you not to do anything.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at in our phase of our, being in each other's lives. It's like, we've been taught to just be like, you're obligated at this point. Now you have to do
Now
it.
you have
And
to
you
do
don't
it.
even want to. And I don't
Mhm.
like that. Don't force it.
Yeah.
Let's just.
But then you risk losing that person.
No, I don't. I shouldn't.
You do, though. Some people do end up leaving.
because they're dumb. Let's just keep it a buck. You just
What,
now
Michelle,
you're-
Michelle, like,
No, I think everything is just about being realistic and
Mhm.
being fair in a sense. Like, I'm really big on the 50-50 relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, if you're going to trip over something small, like, to me, it's just like...
But what's small, though? See what I'm saying? Perspective is everything. What's small? What's big?
I mean, go ahead.
ahead.
Nah.
I want you to go ahead.
I feel like it's some things that you're like, okay, well, you didn't try to kill me, or like, you didn't do something to me that was like
You're trying to kill
so
me.
bad that I cannot fuck with you. It's some things that everybody, and I can't say like for everybody, I can't speak for everybody, but there's some things for me that I know for a fact. Like, if you did this to me, depending on the relationship, I probably couldn't fuck with you no more. And it's
Yeah, you
just
have
basic
your
shit.
your
where you
bottom
like,
line stuff.
you can
like,
tell what a person's intentions are. If you have good intentions, then I can always fuck with you.
Can I still date? Can I actually be in a relationship with someone and still date someone else?
If you're being respectful, you can.
But how do you? Go ahead.
Well, what do you mean by relationship? Like, I don't understand.
Can I be in? Well, I'm not married yet. Isn't that her famous line?
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But I don't say relationship. We just
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like you
but
have
it
to be-
is one. Just because you don't give it a relationship title, it's still a relationship.
Yeah,
I get
We
that.
all
Yeah,
have a
I get that.
relationship.
Yeah.
We're friends. That's
Yeah.
our title.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You can
yeah.
still have a relationship. It doesn't mean like, just because you don't say it. So me,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's just a question because I've been trying to think that too. Like, okay, I'm not married yet, so where's the fine? Because I think society teaches you date someone, y'all become a monogamous, you stay with that person even though you're dating monogamously. I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And
We
then
need to come up with a dictionary.
We gonna go. Every word is a
Look
word.
it up.
at-
Every word.
after
Look,
2
I'm
a.m.
an artist. I'm an artist. I create words. I create art. God dang, I can do anything. But to me, it's like that's what society teaches us. You date someone, you become official, you move to marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it's like, okay, if we're in the dating stage and I don't have this urge of marrying you yet, should I be allowed to go out and date other people to see if this is truly what I want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though we're monogamous?
See, that's weird.
I feel it's all about communication and respect.
Facts.
So if you are in a relationship with your person, whatever that means to y'all,
Mhm.
but you are communicating with them, okay, yeah, we got something here, but I'm just not at that point where I want to just be with you.
Just
Or,
be with
you know,
you.
say you would say that a little bit
And
more
it-
finessed.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think you
go
can,
up to her and be like, I mean, you cool.
I don't
but...
think you can finesse that. You're gonna be like, look, I think I want to possibly date other people, but I love you. Like they're like, what? They're like, everybody's not gonna flow with that.
And somebody was talking to me about that, and they were like, if this guy was telling me, like, one of my friends, he was like, he was talking to this guy, and the guy is dating other people, and he was like, well, if you're gonna date other people, just let me know so I can do my own thing. And I was like, well, why should that be the determining factor if you do your own thing or not?
I don't know, but I guess I'm just playing devil advocate. Maybe because people feel like if I'm giving my 100%, you're only giving 90 or even 80 or 50. Why would I give my continuous 100%?
I mean, the thing
Even
is,
if I'm feeling you that way, like it's not fair.
I mean, and that's the thing. If you want to give 100%, it should be because you want to give it, not because you expect it back. It's like doing something for someone.
I can.
You know what I'm
see
saying?
that.
I'm just trying to operate on my own shit. Like, if I'm giving you 100% and I feel like, okay, well, you're not doing enough for me to be here, then I'll pull back.
I agree with that because I feel like if you want to give 100%, and you're trying to force yourself to go to 90, then maybe that's something that, like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because there are people who just, like, naturally want to be monogamous, right?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then for them to, like, try to date multiple people and this, that, and the other, that's, like, naturally not them. And if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Well, then you
but
can just communicate that.
And that's the
then,
thing.
And then once you communicate that other person, that they have
No.
to make a decision to choose.
No. Let me tell you why.
Negative.
If you are a naturally monogamous person, then that kind of sucks for you because now you're trying to put somebody in a situation. You're monogamous. You're a naturally monogamous person. Everybody that you date may not be like that. So don't try to force what you do on me. If you want to be monogamous with me, cool. Just to express that to me, like, look, you're the only one I'm dealing with. I just ask that you be respectful. All you can ask for is for
Yeah.
somebody to respect you and your
you.
feelings. Let them
Yes.
know how you feel so they
Yes.
know, like, okay, I know that you feel this way about me. I know that I'm the only one you're dealing with. Maybe I can handle you in a different way. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing. I will respect you. I fuck with you. We'll hang out. We'll do what we do. And I won't let none of that other shit get over. You know what I'm saying? Let it get over.
Look, man, god dang it. Look, let me take a sip. Like, this love-ish be just...
No, I mean, it's complicated.
But should love be complicated?
Life is complicated. But it doesn't mean it's a
Amen.
bad thing. It's just like,
Amen.
it's not black and white like people try to make it. And that's fine. We just got to know how to move.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know. I don't be knowing how to move.
Yeah, and sometimes that's like the crazy part is not knowing how to move. Because, I was kind of talking to Ami about this last week. So, before New Year's, I had taken a couple weeks off of work, right? And I was just getting so much done. I was working on my own shit, crossing shit off the checklist that had been on there for months because I'm working 9 to 5 and I'm tired all the time, you know? And so when I went back to work after that 2 weeks, you know how you're supposed to feel refreshed and ready to get, start the new year at work, this and the other. And I was like, no.
I don't feel refreshed.
Like,
I feel still just
even
tired.
worse
Yeah.
almost. Because it's like as soon as I went back, because at my job, and I love my job, right?
Yeah.
As far as the people who I work with, fantastic. The company, the values, exceptional.
That's
right?
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is.
exceptional.
Everybody not looking like that.
Yeah.
But and we had these few days of team exercises and stuff like that. And it was just like, man, I just like would rather be doing something else right now. And really over the past 2-3 weeks, I've just been like, my headspace has been off, and I've been trying to figure out what that balance is, and if I can even find that balance. Like, what is it?
Maybe you. Shoot, I'm going through the same stuff, fam. Because to me, I work at a 9 to 5 just like you do. I'm just like, I'm not. It's just something about not being passionate enough about it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you might be more passionate than I am because you're actually in your field.
And that's
right?
Go ahead and finish. But let me
I
come
mean,
back
you're
to that.
probably actually in your field. That doesn't mean you're necessarily creating the projects that you want to create on your time.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, I've been in the same headspace. I took a whole week off.
Yeah.
And I came back and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Here's Monday.
Yeah.
Let me go back to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but what did you want to say about that?
Yeah, I wanted to come back to that because I always say it's not that I'm not thankful or grateful to be working in my field and working with a great company. And that's kind of like the scary part of thinking about leaving, which I don't think is anywhere near in the future right now. But because it is such a great company, so like the thought
Shouts out to Michelle's job.
Shout out.
Yeah, and I am in my field, so I'm never not grateful for that.
Yeah, that's
but
a blessing.
it's the same story as when an executive who makes $300,000 a year is like, I can't do this, not even for the money.
And people quit. Yeah,
Yeah.
They literally be like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, and it's like I'm in my field, and I'm so fucking grateful for that. But this is, I know I'm not supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like my spirit.
It sounds like a force.
Because you don't feel it is a force, and your spirit tells you that it's a force.
Like,
and
you
therefore
should be
feel
grateful
down.
for the fact that you're working in your field, because not a lot of people
Which
are
I
doing
am.
that.
You should be
no,
grateful,
and I feel like
Yeah.
that's what you're saying to yourself. Like, look, I should be grateful for this
I'm making decent
opportunity.
money.
I'm making the money I want to make. But what is it? Like, I'm forcing myself to love it based on these things. But it's like, when you know that you can do it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, initially, it was probably the challenge of just getting those things. And now that you got that, you're probably feeling like, well, why am I not grateful? You know what I'm saying? Like, I should just be so happy and grateful for the fact that this is these check marks, like I'm in my field, I'm getting the money I want. My business,
beer happening right now.
the company I'm working for is great,
Yeah.
and those are a lot of great things, but it's
I'm
like
fulfilled.
and that's another thing that I've gotten into, like, just being grateful and just like praying more so for being grateful for things that I overlook a lot. And sometimes, like, man, my friend Jamil, we're talking about this, like, complaining about certain things, and I was like, even if the circumstances are great and you like, I want to do better, it doesn't mean you're not grateful.
Yeah.
It
you can
doesn't
be
mean you're
grateful.
not grateful. It's just like, I have so many other things inside of me that I can fulfill and be great in that, unfortunately, I'm outgrowing this situation.
Yeah, but that is kind of like the back and forth, because some people will listen to me right now and be like, why the fuck are you complaining?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're in your field.
Yeah.
I'm, still working retail or whatever
Yeah.
it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the occupation may be, I'm not even in my field. But I think that's sort of the point I'm trying to get across is like, even though I do have that, it's not that I'm complaining. It's just that I still know, just like you may be in a position where you know that you are not supposed to be there, I'm still in that same position, which is scary. Let me put that on the record. It's scary to know that I have a job in my field and I'm still like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's a really crazy fucking thought when you go since junior high knowing that you want to do filmmaking, right? Since junior high, I knew I wanted to be in this field. And I'm to the point now where I don't even want to do filmmaking as a career in that way.
Yeah.
I only want to do filmmaking in this setting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I want to, when I feel inspired, when I just want to grab the camera and go out and shoot some fucking flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But people, I think sometimes.
Well, you're running against the race of society. society tells us from like kindergarten all the way to 12th grade and plus that you're supposed to be working on one job for the rest of your life. You're supposed to get ready for this. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yeah.
supposed to be thankful for having this. You're supposed to have a job, have family, pay your bills with this job, and continue your day-to-day life like that. What we all do is very much risky. What people
Yeah.
don't really realize, when you work for a company as well, you also are in a risky place. Like, they can fire you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And your butt is broke.
There's no
Ooh.
stability in that.
It's no stability in having a freaking 9-to-5 job. It's really not. And
No.
to be quite honest, for me, I've been dead broke and I've had money. I've had buku money and I've been dead broke. And I'm telling you, I'm just being honest. Like, as a stockbroker, I've had money and I've had none.
Yeah.
And I would tell you, to be honest, I would choose being free and having no money any day. Now, of course, I want to have money to eat and things like that. But but the thing is, it's like, and I think Miss Shamel said this, if I can get paid right now the same amount to do what we're doing, I would choose that option
Heartbeat.
today.
Today, I'm quitting.
I'm done.
Hey, I'm gone.
Hey, today's I'm only my 2 weeks notice.
24-hour notice.
Right, 24 right. Why
I'm coming in for those
right.
2 weeks, my G.
Right.
Don't look for me. You don't want me on those.
I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm not coming in for 2 weeks. I'm taking vacation. I'm gonna get that PTO.
Yeah,
And I ain't
I'm
gonna come
y'all
in
out.
all like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, for me, it's about true happiness. I really don't want to be one of those people that gets older and I'm like, dang, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Oh, I'm not gonna
I
be
don't
one
want
of
to
those
be
people.
there.
It sounds like what's happening is you're shedding your skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're like, okay, I've done
I've
this, I'm
experienced
experienced
this.
this, but I'm leveling up.
That's another
You know what I'm
key.
saying? And it's scary
Shamel
because it's
preaching
like
right
I'm in a situation that's like on paper it looks perfect.
Yeah.
But now I know that okay, I did that, let's move on.
What about
That's
my mental?
another
What about
key.
my intellectual growth?
And
Where
that's
is
kind of
that?
scary because you like, okay, this is a good situation. I don't want to
Yeah.
fuck this up. But at the same time, it's like you got to step out on that leap of faith and just trust that you know what the fuck you're doing. Because again, you graduated, you got into your field, you doing what you said you wanted to do, you getting paid for it.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm
No, go
sorry.
ahead.
Did you finish?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's another thing. I think it's important to be able to know when you've gotten what you've needed to get from something. And that can go for multiple things, not just for a job. But particularly in my situation, I think I've gotten what I've needed, right? Working with a small company, right? The owner, he you know, is amongst us, right? So I've gotten to see how and hear about what it took for him to grow a business, right? Mental note. Thank
Yeah.
you. I needed that
Thank you.
information.
Right.
I've gotten to see how he works with the company and the employees and the values and the openness and the candidness with where the business is at.
You're like, thank you.
Mental note.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, mental. You know, with my team, I've gotten to see my manager and how she has been able to manage
These
5
people,
of us
right.
and create a team, and how that goes into this team and that team, and how that creates the product that we ship to the client. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Mental note. Right. Thank
No,
you.
that's
Yeah.
real as fuck.
That really is. Like, y'all preaching today. Look, I don't got nothing to say.
You're still a student. You know what I'm saying? Basically,
Yeah,
so
You
it's
never
like
stop being a student.
and that's the thing, like you passed that class. You know what I'm saying? You passed it.
So
You
now-
graduated. No, dead ass dog. I be having like nightmares, right? Because like literal, it's the same nightmare over and over again. Like I be in a class or like I be in school. I don't like it doesn't really specify what grade I'm in, but it's like I don't have enough credits to graduate. And like I'm scrambling and I'm like, damn, I need to graduate. And like graduation day come in a dream and it's like, oh, you ain't met the requirements. And so in my mind, that for me means like you need to pay attention to what's happening to you.
Yeah.
You're not being grateful for these opportunities that you have, and you need to pay attention to everything that's happening because you're missing something. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You instead of complaining about, oh, this ain't happening, like I used to complain about upper management, right? At certain jobs, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
upper management, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm out. I can get another job. That ain't no
Yeah.
problem. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. And so, like, but it's like if I would have sat there and really just got that whole thing, maybe I would have been like, you know what? They ain't doing something right, but this is what can happen. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say real quick, shout out to the people that don't mind working at the corporations that don't.
Hey,
mind
it's
working
nothing
9 to 5.
wrong
You're
with
right,
that.
there's
It's
nothing wrong.
nothing
Yeah, there's
wrong with
nothing
that.
wrong with it. But if your heart has a desire to be an entrepreneur, then you need to follow that path as well.
Or do
Yes.
anything else.
Or
Anything else.
All-
Yeah.
You can be a doctor, go to school for 10 years and realize, dang, I don't even like being a doctor.
Yeah.
Then quit.
I want to be an archaeologist.
Then quit.
You know
You know
what I'm saying?
Like,
It's your life.
Life is too short. We literally like I know people say that as a cliche. Life is literally short.
Man.
So it's like I want to live my life to the best of my ability. I want to
Mm.
influence the positivity on people that I can. I want to be able to be happy in my career field. So it's like,
Yeah.
bro, to be honest with you, I already have a plan. I'm saving a set amount of money and then I'm quitting my job. And that's not out of
No,
that's
deadass.
just smart.
Yeah.
So anybody that's an entrepreneur that want to be out there, that want to look, I work a 9 to 5 just like y'all do. Guess what? After 2 a.m. works 9 to 5 jobs. But we
Man.
all
Yeah.
come together and this is our passion, among other things. Start to what you can do for me specifically, and maybe y'all can give y'all pointers. Number
Yeah.
one for me, start to have a savings account.
Amen.
Start to put money to the side. Even if you putting $100 or $50 to the side, it's all about goals. It's all about your mindset. For me
Yes.
specifically, number one goal for me, putting aside maybe $10,000 to quit my job.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And guess what? That takes sacrifice. And I make decent money.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do that in the next 6 months if I'm really sticking to it. But guess what? It's called discipline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Something that society don't know
Ugh.
nothing about. It's called discipline. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, if you really want to make stuff happen, maybe y'all can give y'all. That's my number one thing. What do y'all suggest about moving towards like true entrepreneurship? I don't know.
I mean, I think one, you have to understand that it's going to be uncomfortable in many different ways.
Many,
an
bro.
array of different
Array,
ways.
right.
Like
So many.
it is
Like-
going to be so fucking uncomfortable from your bank account and knowing that you had to put $1,000 into starting your business, right?
Yeah.
That's
That's
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Knowing that you are only going to get, 5 hours of sleep and that you still have to go and perform at your 9 to 5. That's fucking uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, fam.
You know
Because you
what I'm
want
saying?
that sleep. You don't want to wake up early and then be tired.
Yeah, but
And-
but
yeah.
you don't wake up and be going to a place that you're unhappy either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
No, but like even today, we're putting in 6+ hours
Yeah.
right now.
And I'm like,
do this.
how can we write this off? You know what I'm saying? Every minute, every
Bro,
second.
I still gotta do laundry.
you know what I'm saying?
But check it. Even this is self-discipline.
Yes.
It's discipline to come here every so and so day and record, like be in the mindset of this is our business opportunity. We love this, or like we have a passion for it.
Ooh.
Together we're having fun.
Mm.
That is discipline.
Yo,
what I'm
my
saying?
friend's cousin was trying to do clothes, and he came to me and he was like, do you have any advice on like doing clothes?
You already getting them type of calls?
You know, this is before I even put shit out for real.
Mm.
But I was like, look, if you're going to make something, make some shit that if nobody buys it, you would wear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Like you would have
Chanel.
It doesn't. Hey, y'all annoying. No, but real shit. Because when you're doing something that you love, you don't even think about the money that you could be getting, which really gets into you being able to be creative and just make shit that you really like. You
Yeah.
really appreciate. Like
Right.
when you go look at that, you don't even think about the money and the time that you spent in there. It doesn't even matter. It's like, I was able to create this, and I'm happy with the product.
Yeah.
When you do it that way, you're going to see a return because one, you're satisfied,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
two,
And your whole mindset, your whole belief system is in that product, in your business, is going to pay off.
people can see that. Going back to what we were talking about, Kanye versus 21 Savage or Jay-Z.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You can see, like Late Registration is better than what 21 Savage put out. I don't even know the name of his album. I listened to it, but I don't know,
Registration,
But Late Registration was like, the strings, the horns, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
meat, goddamn.
I'm sure when he heard that, he was like, ugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he heard that shit and was happy with it. And then, in turn, so were we.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, I was going to ask you. So we gave ours. What is your number one? What is your advice to a future entrepreneur trying to make it work out there? I said have a savings account. You said basically
Just knowing that you're gonna be uncomfortable,
Uncomfortable,
in many
like
different ways.
being aware of that. What would you give? As far as to our audience, our fam up there. Like, what would you?
Be confident.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That helps your
Yes.
drive.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, if you have those two things that you guys mentioned, like that's definitely going to help. But again, you're going to be a little nervous. If you're confident though, you won't take those L's. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? When you
Yeah.
scared, you gonna jump back into what's comfortable because
That's true.
Yes.
And guess
You know what
what?
I'm saying?
And guess what? You can. There are jobs out there. You might not like if you try to take a risk and go into your own business and you like, dang, I failed for three plus years and you can't take it no more. Guess what? You can always get back into
Yes.
the corporate ladder. Like, you
Yes.
can always go back. It's not going
Yes.
nowhere.
Yeah.
It's there.
And
You know what I'm saying?
people are sometimes afraid to lose money. Y'all, you can make
Lose-
more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Guess
you
what?
can make
You don't have a
more.
cap.
Like,
Right.
You got to take some risk out here. You might lose a grand. You might lose your job. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is always there. The
Man.
corporate world will always
Be
be,
there.
here.
and they always need people.
And they always
There's
need
always
people.
going to be ads on Indeed, my guy.
Exactly.
Like,
And guess what? They pump. That's what college is for, in my opinion. College and trading school, stuff like that, is meant for workers, and there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's nothing wrong with someone working 9 to 5. But if you're an entrepreneur, take that and be very smart. Invest in yourself, bro. Like, we don't live that long, fam.
Yeah.
Like, not to be even like crazy about it, but we really
no.
don't.
I
By the
think
time
about
you
that daily, bro.
like, I'm trying to retire by the time I'm 40, 50 years old.
hey,
When I say
younger than
retire,
that.
I'm saying
Yeah.
do whatever the freak I want to do. That's what I mean by retire. I'm not just saying not having to work. I can still work, but I want to do whatever the freak I want to do
I agree with that. I would prefer.
on my terms.
I want to have that's the goal, to be in a position if you want to, you can.
Yeah, you
whenever.
can, yeah.
Whenever. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I may not want to because I'm doing something that I love and I'm seeing the return and making the product, but not having to wait till, because my mom was like, I don't want to wait till I'm 60 something to retire. Like, I want to retire right now. I'm tired. I've been working my whole life.
Yeah.
50 plus years
of working.
of
Yes.
working. You know what I'm saying?
Someone
Some
else,
way,
because that,
shape, or
'cause that
form.
CEO is rich.
Whether it's
You
a
not.
paper route or whatever, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm just tired of it. You know, I put in my
Yeah.
time. Why do I have to wait to get my money?
And I
That's like the freedom, the financial freedom.
was gonna say that's what goes into my why. People, my mom is a life coach, so she'd be like, "What is your why? Why do you want to go into being an entrepreneur? Why?" My why, personally, I want to make sure that I want to be happy. I want to be able to travel the world. I want to see the world that God created, and I also want to take care of my family. Okay, I have a little cousin coming. I'm just saying in general. If I have a little cousin coming, she or he is 20. Hey, cousin Ami, I want to start my own company. Okay, I have the money to provide. Where's your business plan?
That's another word too.
I want to be able to do
Create
that in
some
my family.
generational
Where's your
wealth,
business
you
plan?
know what
I
I'm
want to
saying?
create that generational wealth.
Because a lot of us got family members that might have a good job and maybe they could put in a good word for you, but they can't get
They
you
can't-
hired.
Because you
you
know
know?
why they can't get you hired? Because it's not their company.
Exactly. So
It gotta be your company to leave that legacy. Fam.
and that's the thing, like, you don't have to have a Fortune 500 company, but my brother's friend, he just inherited his dad's trucking company. You know what I'm saying? He was like, look, son, I don't know what you're doing over here,
Here.
but here's this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to do something outside of this, cool,
Fine, but here's this.
I'm gonna have to pass this down eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's ultimately what
And that's what it's supposed
our
to be
goal
about.
should be.
Right.
Like, just help them out. Like, that's the only way you're gonna have
Exactly.
water in the well is if we keep putting back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we can't drink
You
it
know,
all.
you're preaching.
you know?
What's wrong with you? You preaching today? Like,
No, on some real shit though, because I really think about that. That's really why I want to have money. And then, like, the government shut down. Like, I know so many people that work for TSA. I mean, shout out to
sister's a veteran.
anybody
She work for the government,
who's
so,
working for the
man.
government right now
Yeah.
and are without checks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the real thing for me is not even about being able to pull up in a Lambo or none of that shit. I mean, that's
Nah.
cool.
Yeah, it's
That's,
cool.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So what?
But the real thing that would, like, give me gratification of having money is being able to set my family free of
Yeah.
if some shit's going on with the government, that ain't got shit to do with our money.
we good.
Yeah.
We
over
good.
here.
We got. I
Y'all
got
see
you.
something, our money ain't locked up in that
Yo,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My great grandmother's roof it cost $10,000 to fix. Guess what? I can fix it on the spot.
You know what I'm
Because I got
saying?
the
In
money.
cash.
So
in cash. I'm coming in there
You know what
making
I
it
mean?
rain like it's a strip club, Yo, just like
Like,
that.
and I think even in the black community, we don't really find that people pass on the knowledge and the wealth and even the businesses that people create.
Yeah,
And
you
I
know.
know in my own family personally, we've had money from oil. We've had oil money. We've had one of my grandparents, my great grandparents made alcohol from scratch.
Yeah.
Why do we not have a company?
Yeah.
Why is this not passed down 50s?
I mean, well, we
100 years
know
later?
why. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know why, but I'm just making a point, right?
Yeah.
It's like since I know better, I'm gonna do better.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I gotta
Yeah.
say. Since I know better, I gotta do better. That's
Yeah.
my purpose in
Yeah.
life. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Just
that's motherfucking facts, Just going back with everything. We rewriting history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Generation, the millennials and the generation Z, X, whatever, Y, we're at the point where we're like, okay, well, we see the mistakes that were made. We acknowledge that. That's why it's a great thing to know your history.
Yeah.
So you can, like, your own history. You don't even have to go back to, like, your ancestors. Just, like,
your own.
look back at what you did, the mistakes you made, and rewrite that. You
Right,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Fix
Turn
that up a
those
little bit.
L's into W's. You're going to face L's, especially when you're doing your own shit.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with an L.
It's not.
Yeah.
Learn from that shit and turn that bitch into a W.
I've
Yeah.
read stories of entrepreneurs. They probably created 5 different businesses before that 6th one actually
Yes.
just skyrocketed and blew up. It's called sacrifice.
There's no overnight
It's
success.
not overnight
It's
success.
like a 7-year
I know you
overnight
see people. I know you see models on Instagram.
Instagram.
No, but seriously, I know you see people on Instagram and you like, oh, they got famous all overnight. No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't like when people down Instagram models. They have strategic methods.
Oh yeah.
Like they're
Yo.
smart. People
Yeah.
don't think that way.
I say
but
that
they
same thing about
are.
Kim Kardashian. Everybody
Yeah,
be like,
she's
she
smart
don't do
too.
shit. And it's like,
Yo.
for somebody who don't do shit, she out here
smart.
doing
Yeah,
shit.
Right. She out here doing no, she out here getting people out of jail. She out here like
She
got
put her
buku
family
money.
on her back.
You see what I'm saying?
Really, Kris Jenner. She, like, everybody, you can say what you want. She
Bruh.
pimped her daughters out, whatever the
yeah.
case may be. But that sex tape, it was like, okay, well,
It's out there
regardless,
now.
people gonna talk shit about her. They seen it. It's here. Let's flip it. That, like, for
Yeah.
real, that's
about
taking an
flipping.
L
That's
into a
a
W.
W,
You know
like-
what I'm saying? Like, they,
I'm
what are they
all about- I'm all
they're
about
going on
flipping.
what season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
I don't know. Is it 100? Like
You know,
I don't know.
I know
Like, it's
females that were
like-
paying for the app
Man.
to see their exclusive pictures.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, how many niggas who talk shit about them and say they ain't doing that can do that? They ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
I don't even talk mess about Kardashians.
They
Like they pimp the game, and I'm
Talk
like, you know
about
what?
some
Teach
bosses,
me,
man.
goddamn,
They-
teach me some things. I might not do everything, but teach me the methods. Like
Mhm.
I'm cool with that. You know, what I'm saying? It's
Like-
like, I'm a flip. I'm a legal flipper.
How is
That's for
Kylie
sure.
Jenner's business worth $1 billion?
How, bro?
Bruh.
How?
Beats headphones. No, everybody needs headphones, my G. I
Bruh,
understand
Beats
that, but
specifically.
fucking makeup? The lip kits?
Yeah.
Like, what? Everybody don't even wear makeup.
That's on
$1 billion
Brand.
bro, brand.
Much
brand.
respect, my
on
nigga.
their name.
On
their
On
name.
the Kardashian name. That name in general.
Man,
They
that
got
name-
every lane sold up. You got the sister that's a model. You got Kim, who's got the IG shit on lock.
Yeah.
You got Kylie, who's got the makeup lane on lock.
Yeah.
You got the mama. You got
Got the
Chloe
mama.
with the big girl. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
With the big girls, and then Courtney is like on the mom shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Interior
on that
design.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you got
even
every
Rob.
personality to relate to.
And then
to
they
come
got
in
the
towards that
babies.
Kardashian brand.
They got the fucking kids, the babies. Like if you don't fuck with none of them, you got the little babies.
watch
You know
how
what I'm
these
saying?
watch how these babies come up though.
Bro.
Especially Kim's and Kanye's.
I was about to
Watch
say you
how
got
these
the West
come
babies.
up.
You got the West babies, and like
They gonna end up like Will Smith and Jada Pickett's.
nah, North
kids,
is
like-
is ahead of her time.
Yo, that girl is so confident, right?
Yo,
Yo,
North
she the
is
shit.
like, bro.
I haven't seen it. I
Yo.
haven't seen it like that.
They have an IG that's like called the North Face. This kid's
North
face,
Face.
her faces be like so over it. Like my nigga, I'm done.
Dude, I bet Kanye be doing affirmations with
He probably do.
Northwest every
Yeah,
single
like,
day.
Look,
Hey, you know you the shit, right?
no dead ass.
You know you right.
You know what?
You
no,
know
real
the
shit.
dude, right?
This dude I used to work with, he was like so happy and always in a positive mood. And I was like, what is this about? And he was like, you know what? When I was a young boy, like from the time I was in this world, my parents always told me I was great. He was like, I don't care what situation I'm in. To this day, I carry that with me.
Shout out to the parents that give confidence to their kids.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out, like,
He
you
said
need
when he
that.
would do
Yes.
bad shit, his parents would look at him and be like, you did a bad thing, but that's not who you are.
Mm.
You are a king.
Yeah.
You are a prince. You are really this good person. And, you know, a lot of times we'll tell kids you bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So now they think they're bad.
Yeah.
That's my reputation. I can't get it back. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a bad kid now. So I'm going to just do bad shit. Instead of telling them, look, you did a bad thing. You're not that.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's a lesson.
Dang,
You know
dang,
what I'm
dang.
saying? You going to go through that and we're going to be done.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, let's go ahead and do the anybody have any remarks? You know, so
Like
we can-
closing
remarks.
statements.
Hey man,
Wait.
get it how you live.
Get it how you live. Be
Live how you get
confident,
it.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. Always, please do subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on all of the platforms that we are a part of. Spotify, iTunes. We have so many that we're a part of. Please,
Minus
follow us.
SoundCloud.
Yes.
We fuck with SoundCloud. We
We
just
do
not
mess
on
with
there.
SoundCloud. Maybe we'll get on there one day.
One day, you
But-
know what I'm saying?
But for sure, we appreciate the love. You know, I'm already signing out. This is Ami right now.
Michelle URL, and y'all know what I'm gonna say. Go ahead, leave that 5-star review. If you enjoy the content, if you rocking with us, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, you just scroll down on our page. It's 5 stars that need to be filled in. So you hit that 5th star, and it's gonna fill in all the stars for you. And if you have a little extra time, you can write a review and whatnot.
Sure.
Yeah, subscribe, follow on Instagram. It's after 2 a.m. Send us your questions, DM us,
You're
all that.
yeah, it's simply
the
Shamel. And
person
if you
that's-
don't fuck
yeah.
with us, tell us that too. You know what I'm saying? Tell us why you don't fuck with us.
For real, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
We
are-
open to all that.
Right, we are open. We are also gonna have a meetup here in Dallas, Texas. We will be letting you all know further information. We're gonna plan it out so everybody can come out. But please do show us some love. We're normal, y'all. Like we talk about topics, you know. We definitely love to have you all there to see your faces, shake your hands. Please do show us some love continuously.
Yeah. Hey, and it's after 2 a.m. podcast on YouTube. You're